So we've got a big week for Games Workshop this week. What I think is probably the second most kind of highest selling week in the cycle of the 40k game, and that is the Space Marines Codex. So they've got the Codex and they've got a whole bunch of other releases, which we're going to go through individually. So first of all, obviously just the Codex itself. So it's £35 or €45. So it's the most expensive Codex that's available. This is 16% up on the last Codex that was released. So the previous one was 30 quid. This is 35. Not much more to say about it really, but 216 page book. I believe the previous one was 196. Not entirely sure. Any Space Marine army can use these rules. So Black Templar stuff is there and blah, blah, blah. All those different things. It's all in there. They've obviously got their Games Workshop exclusive one. Interesting thing about Games Workshop exclusives, which we'll come to it in a little while. There's a release that we haven't got any pricing for, which I'm very surprised about, but we'll get that covered in a minute. Right, Captain with Jump Pack, £25, €32.50. Some optional assemblies, that kind of thing, but yeah, that's that. And then we've got the Chaplain in Terminator armour, £26, so that's just £1 more than the non-Chaplain counterpart, or €34. The Company Heroes, so £40 or €55. So it's a complete switch from our previous sort of Heroes set. So we've got a Captain, an Ancient, a Company Champion, and a couple of Veterans. But yeah, looks very, very cool indeed. Right, Terminator Squad. So, £40 again, €55 again, 5 Terminators. And the last Terminator Squad, although it was completely different, but a couple of years ago it was priced at $32.50. So a bit of a jump, but obviously an entirely different kind of spectacle to the previous Terminators. Jump Pack Intercessors. So I'm looking forward to these. I think they're going to be, obviously a great addition to your Space Marine army. £35 or €45. But the problem with this is, obviously, we only get 5 of them. And for that £35, basically what we get is that we get the kind of Assault Intercessor version of these. So chainswords and pistols. I think that for £35 for a 5 model unit, we should have at least got perhaps some Infernus options or just a standard bolt rifle, something like that. So a bit disappointing for me, the fact that they are, they're kind of Assault Intercessor only is a bit of a detriment to me, to be honest with you. Right, Sternguard Veteran Squad. So where are we? £37.50 or €50. So a little bit more expensive than the Blade Guard Veterans, but obviously a bigger squad. You get 5 models here instead of 3. Next up, we've got Lieutenant or Lieutenant. Now, very, very versatile. So we've got various rifle, pistol, chainsword, power fist options with this guy. He is at the same prices as the other Lieutenant zone. So £22.50 or €30. And this is the first of the stuff that we got in the Strike Force Adjustus box. So we'll be able to get a kind of overall saving for that, even though you'd be lucky if you can get one now. So also from Adjustus, we've got the Brutalis Dreadnought. So that's going for £47.50 or €62.50. So slightly more expensive than the Redemptor Dreadnought, but obviously new. And then the other thing that came in that Adjustus box is the Desolation Squad. So in the Adjustus box, or Agastus, sorry, we got 2 squads of 5. So for this squad of 5, it's £35 or €45. So basing that against the previous Devastator squad, it's a little bit more expensive. So basically those last 3, between this Lieutenant, the Dreadnought, and 2 lots of the Desolation Squad. We also got, in Augustus, we also got 5 heavy intercessors. And so that gave a box value of £180, minus your obvious discounts from various retailers. So, and I will drop in just there. My affiliate link for Element Games is down in the description. So those of you who use it, it is hugely appreciated, and it allows me to keep on top of various other things Games Workshop wise. So if you don't use it and you want to support me, that is the best way to do it. I don't do Patreon or anything like that. So yeah, the only way really to support me is by doing that, and obviously by subscribing. So yeah, so that gives us an estimate, or sorry, gives us the actual value of that Augustus box, so £180. Now, here's the big surprise for me this week. This is the Combat Patrol Space Marines, and there isn't a price for it in the trade price list. Now, normally, if there's no price for it in the trade price list, it means that it's a Games Workshop exclusive. But I'd be amazed if this Combat Patrol box was Games Workshop only. Now, we know that the Leviathan box, where all of this content comes from, we know that that box is very, very widespread. You know, they've sold millions of them. It's crazy, crazy sales. So most people, really, if they're into Space Marines, have probably already got that box anyway. But I just find it quite bizarre, the prospect that this might not come out in retailers, that it would only be a GW exclusive. So and that for me, such a big release, such a kind of, yeah, this Combat Patrol box, you would expect that over the course of the lifetime of this edition of 40k, it's probably going to be one of the highest selling boxes out there. So very, very surprised that at this stage it's not in the trade price list. That might change in the near future. It might just be an error in that price list, but yeah, very surprising, to be honest. Okay, so data cards and the dice. Now, so the data cards, they are different from the index cards. The index cards are £15, and you can still buy those. These data cards include that all that information, but a bunch of other stuff as well. And that's £25 or €32.50. The dice, 16 dice, 18 quid or €23. Yeah, I'm done with GW dice. Absolute nonsense. Right, chapter approved Leviathan mission deck. So £19 or €24. Now, what I would say is, if you haven't got these from Leviathan, but you want them, I would, between now and the weekend, before you spend your money on them, just pop onto eBay and see what you can get. So it has been selling for between £10 and £15 on eBay. And again, that is for the exclusive kind of Leviathan box kind of edition of those cards. The cards are the same, it's slightly but it's just in different packaging. So I would, before you spend whatever you're going to spend on this, so £19 direct from GW or a slight discount from your retailer, before you spend that money, I'd have a good look on eBay, because yeah, it has been going for sort of £10 to £15. Okay, so that's all of the main releases. Now, the Horus Heresy stuff, this is all Forge World, so no prices for it, but we'll have a quick look at it anyway. So the Space Wolves Legion Praetor, and obviously Space Wolves Mark 6 heads. I'd say I do love this guy. I don't actually buy any of this stuff at all, but yeah, it is obviously very, very cool. Black Library, we've got the Gene Father. That is £20 or €25. A weighty book, I assume. There's obviously a special edition of that as well. And then Wrath of the Lost. This is a paperback, £9.99 or €13.50. And that's everything we've got pricing for. We've got the release of Only in Death from the Black Library Audio, so it's audiobook. And then we've got some foreign language stuff as well. And then I'll kind of close up with what we've got in Warhammer Plus. So Pariah Nexus, we've got another video of that. So another episode of that. So I will catch up with Prime Nexus. I haven't watched it yet. I don't actually watch any of the Warhammer Plus animated things or that. I just haven't watched any of it for quite some time. I'm keeping hold of my Warhammer Plus just for the exclusive models, to be honest with you. But I do need to dip back into it and find out more. Lawemaster's all about Necrons as well. And then we've got the Painting Masterclass, which looks like, you know, some... What is that? Is that doing flames? On the shoulder pad, it looks pretty cool. But yeah, I will definitely have to catch up with that stuff as well. But let me know what you think about this. The Space Marine releases. You know, there's a lot of things coming out at the same time. I personally am kicking myself that I didn't buy a box of the Augustus Force. Because I do like all the stuff. You know, I know these guys, the weapons are absolutely ridiculous. But I do still like it all. Very surprised, honestly, the Combat Patrol decision. It might just be a typo from the trade price list. If I'll check the trade price list later this week as well, it might get corrected. Then this box might appear back in there. And if it does, I'll just leave a pinned comment to let you know what the price is and that. Assume it's going to be £95, the same as all the other Combat Patrol boxes. But yeah, very surprised if they don't release this. But yeah, just a giant amount of releases. Sternguard Veterans looking great. Jump Pack Intercessors. I'll wait until I see all the different stats for these. I need to have a good look through them before I commit to this. Terminators. Yeah, I've got some from Leviathan. And the Company Heroes for me is a must. Definitely pick those up. But I'll leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Much appreciated. Like I say, the best way you can assist this channel and help me moving forward is to either drop a subscribe, liking this video, or most importantly, using my Element Games affiliate link. Won't cost you a penny, but it helps the channel out greatly. So I'll leave it there. I'll stop scrounging now. So thanks for watching, guys. Much appreciated. I'll see you all very, very soon.